Okay, today is the day. I am going to be tracking a full live band. I'm going to walk you through how I do it, and we're going to go through the entire process. We are recording in the Pro Tools. I'm monitoring off my console and tracking off these pre's down here. There is something that I am doing. I'm doing post-processing, very little bit, but I am doing post-processing. When I record through my preamps into Pro Tools, I set up this session. This is a template that I have. All right. And when I record into Pro Tools, it's then spread out across my board. On the post, not the recorded side, the post side, I do have some stuff patched in. For example, the scratch vocal mic is going through this 1176. You'll see that in the other room. I might patch a compressor in for bass. I have DBX 160 XTs on the rhythm guitars. And the reason why, it's very simple. Air candy. It's to get a good, somewhat finished process sounding headphone mix. It's not on the recording. It's post the recording. So let's go through it. And the drums, I know you guys seen in my other video, so I won't spend too much time on them. They are using my kit. He might bring his own cymbals, maybe even his own snare. If he does, that's fine. I have no problem with that. Most likely he will bring his own kick drum pedal. This is a punk rock band from Chicago, okay? So Tom Hard Star 2. I have Yamaha MZ204 right inside the hole right here, Hardly. Solomon sub mic. On the snare, simple SM57 top, SM57 bottom. The overheads, MA300s. Hi-hat is Audio-Technica P37. The toms are Biodynamic D35s. Stereo room mic, the almighty R88. And the mono room mic is a Neumann FET 47. Now, the reason why I picked the Neumann FET 47 for the mono room mic, because when we're done tracking drums and we're done tracking the bass and guitars and everything, we are going to do vocals. We're going to do a lot in one day here. I'm going to grab this mic, flip it around, and set it up for vocals. And it's going to be all ready, lined up, and ready to go. And I am using a Black Beauty snare. Out of my headphone distribution amplifier, I have all these headphones set up. 5 drums, bass, guitar 1, guitar 2, and the vocals. Color coordinated, all the lines going out. Now I got guitar lines set up too. So for guitar, this guy's going to grab headphones, plug his guitar into there. The other guitar player is going to grab these headphones and plug his guitar into there. The bass player is going to grab these headphones and this white cable into that J48. It's all going through this wall plate right here. They're coming through into these Marshall amps. I got to start warming up. So one guitar player is going through a 1983 JCM 800, and the other guitar player is going through a JMP 100 watt. This is a 50 watt. This is a 100 watt. They're both 6552s. Those are mic'd up in the other room, phase correct, with an SM57 and a Sennheiser 421. That's the original cab for the JCM 800. And then I got this little bit of separation here with my Clarisonic panels. And then on the other side, for the JMP 50, I have an SM57 and a Sennheiser 421. Notice how everything that I'm doing, all the mics that I'm using, they're very basic, tried and true methods that have been used for decades. An SM57 and a 421. All right, on the snare, SM57, top and bottom. I'm not using anything exotic. It's just all simple stuff. And all those cables are going through that patch point in my wall and coming through into all my preamps. 10 drum mics going through vintage APIs. Kick, sub kick, snare top and bottom, both toms, overhead left, overhead right, hi-hat, mono room. Okay, that's 10 drum mics. Then the stereo R88, Neve 1272, Neve 1272. All right, bass DI, Neve 1272, vocals, Neve 1272. The JCM 800 is mic'd with a 57 and a 421 going into this pair of Brent Averill API 312s. The JMP is mic'd with a 57 and a Sennheiser 421 going into this pair of API 312s. Through the Burl mothership, that beautiful Burl mothership, straight into Pro Tools at 96K, 24-bit, okay? That's what I'm recording at. That is basically a quick run through of how we're tracking. I do have some guitars out. Bands that use my studio sometimes use my guitars. They often bring their own, and then for overdubs they might use mine or whatever. It doesn't matter. I got a 79 Strat, 1978 Les Paul Special, 1978 Ibanez. I got a bass out. I just bring stuff out for options. I got pedals they could use. Everything in my studio, they are welcome to use. What's up?
I got Steve. I got your large ice. Black coffee.
Beautiful.
I didn't forget it this time.
Thank you very much.
What's up, Tomas?
What's up, brother? What's up, man?
What you doing?
I'm tuning this snare for you.
Good. Thank you.
No problem. Actually, it's already tuned. I'm just doing some last minute checks.
Gotcha. Pressurizations.
I never used to use these drum dials. I've always tuned drums
Yeah, by ear.
by ear. But this is just a verifier to see how accurate you are.
You are with
and
your
I'm
ear.
still getting used to it. So,
What is it supposed to be at? Just all the same?
well, there's
pressure?
a chart,
Okay.
but I don't really go off this chart. I tune it by ear, and then I just make sure everything's even. And I think I hear a little bit of an improvement, but I'm not sure.
Okay.
Well,
Because I
no.
was always like, what are those even for?
Yeah.
Check out these. Found ones with
What the
grooves
hell?
What?
I
Ooh,
didn't say, but
and-
dude,
And they got like a sticky coating on it.
Yeah, I like it.
look at that.
Just so you know, I'm recording all the time.
Okay.
I'm going to record this session, so I want to document certain things.
Yeah, just
This is...
Why do we ask?
yeah. I went to Midlothian Music. They open at 9 a.m.
Oh, right over
on
here.
Saturdays. That's good to know.
Safe. Okay, so here's the band, drummer, Nico,
Nico fucking Riley. Don Arquette.
the vocals,
Joey G, rhythm.
the mighty bass.
What up? Doctor.
We're gonna start getting drum tones. It's that fast. Beautiful. Why don't you start by just hitting the kick drum? Snare drum. Rack tom. Floor tom. Why don't you just play a medium groove beat?
Sounds very stellar.
I just want to hear the drums to this tempo.
Gotcha.
When I'm tracking a band like this, the room mics I pull down because they don't need all that extra room. I want his kick and his snare to be landing on the click, so I pull down the room mics. I bring the overheads down lower than I normally would, and the kick and the snare are up because that's what I really want on time. Everything else will fall in place. So while they're listening to the playback, I often, because I know we're going to do another song here, I'm going to show you what I do. Check the overhead. Beautiful. Equal distance from the snare. Black Beauty. What'd you guys think?
Sounds good.
You want to figure out the tempo
Next one.
for the next song? Sure. If you're happy with this take, if you're not, we can do it over.
Yeah, I like it. Sounds great. Like sound.
The next one starts probably around 165.
No problem. So in Pro Tools, let me turn you guys around here. In Pro Tools, I'm not doing a screen recording. Basically, if you want to change your tempos in Pro Tools, I'm going to do both songs in this session. You just go right up here to the left, click down here, and basically you take the tempo, add this, take this, and go down. Oh, sorry, up, because he wants to go faster. He wants to start at 165. So I put the tempo at 165. So what I'm doing there, sorry guys, what I'm doing there, let me get you zoomed up there. So you see this green is lower here. That's the tempo, 140 for the first song. The second song, I just bumped it up to 165, and we're gonna start tracking this next song. Okay, we're gonna start tracking bass here, and what do we got? What year is this?
2002.
Fender Precision.
He's getting too close to me.
Awesome bass.
MIM.
You trick it out at all, or
No,
just
this is
pretty
all
much stock?
original.
So he's got this one he's tracking with, and he's got this one here, which is a Squire Precision.
Squire. It's sort of a take on the 54 P bass.
This one's got a little bit more low end, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I would say so, because he's tracked here a few times, and he always brings both basses. We try both. We usually end up with this one, wouldn't you say? Yeah.
It's got that growl to it.
Yeah, and that's a 2000 what now?
Two.
2. And what year is this?
Probably last year.
Okay,
22.
so all we're doing is taking a DI via this Radio J48 into the same Neve 1272 that he did the scratch tracks with. So we're gonna get started here, and he's gonna overdub. What do you got going on here, Nico?
Squire.
It's a Squire that he decked out.
Fender locking tuners on it. I got the EMG pickups on it, and I've had it for about 13 years.
And look at the wear on this. This isn't faked. This is real wear. This is him not
I
messing.
got it.
Many punk shows. Many
lot of
late
scratches.
many late night punk shows. Awesome. And then so that's gonna be one side, and then the 79 Strat's gonna be the other side, which is very awesome.
With the Nico fucking Riley Fighting for Scraps guitar picks. Picking them up at one of our shows.
All right, so we got Joey here. What do we got here? What's this guitar besides being left-handed?
It is a Gresh Project.
All stock.
All stock.
Gauge strings are
9s.
9s. Awesome. I forget the names of these pickups, but they are great pickups. Gretsch, cool. And that's a what? Electromatic?
It's a Project, yeah.
Project. Awesome. So while they're listening to the playback, I am going to repurpose the room mic for the drums for the vocal mic. This is an awesome vocal mic, the FET 47. I will put up a pop screen, FET 47, into a Neve.
On the floor, Rocky's original 1, 2, 3, 4. To Rocky's
we started at 11 and ended at 5 at night. So 6 hours basically, and we got a lot done. The only thing left is lead, guitar, and then mixing, of course, which they're going to come back for. If you look through this video and you've seen the way I let the band do their thing, meaning this band's paying me for my time and to use my studio. So this is their studio. I have to allow them to go through their process. The bass player, he brings 2 basses. This is the 3rd time he's been here tracking, 3rd or 4th time. He brings 2 basses, he goes through the process, and what does he always resort to? His 1 bass. But that's the process. You got to let bands go through their thing. You got to give them full access to their creativity. You got to stand out of the way. If they want to hear the whole song, even though they're punching in one little part at the end of the song, let them do it. Streamline, be efficient. You've seen the way that I had this microphone as a mono drum room mic. And then instantly, instead of taking 25 minutes to set up a different mic, this, that, and that, nope. Put the mic up, it's now a vocal mic, all right, for the lead vocals. Then what does it turn into? A group vocal mic. Have the band stand about 5 feet back, get rid of the pop filter, now it's a group vocal mic. Efficiency. These bands, when they come in, it's fast paced. You don't want downtime, dead time. You don't want people to lose the vibe. You want to keep rolling from start to finish, and that's what we did today. They came here in a good mood, they left in a good mood 6 hours later. They're happy with their tracks. All right. Yes, they still need to be mixed. Yes, there's some lead guitars and some solos and slide-ins that we're going to add later. During mixing, we'll take a mixing date, and there's no problem for me to punch in whatever parts they want to punch in. Thank you guys for watching my video. Take care.